Hey guys, welcome back. In this chapter of Microsoft Team deployment, we're going to focus on IP telephony or team voice. Here we're going to learn how to deploy Microsoft Team voice solution for your organization, obtaining numbers, transferring in existing numbers. We're going to look at the voice telephony features, connecting to various PSTN environment, phone numbers, dial plan, routing, network settings, E911 or emergency dialing, policies, and of course, how Voice Bootcamp can migrate its organization into Microsoft Team. Now, Team Voice solution that provides IP telephony for small to an enterprise businesses. It's a Microsoft all-in-one, all-in-all cloud solution that provides PBX type solution for businesses. It allows you to make a call between internal users for free of charge, or between the Skype users and Microsoft Team users. However, in order to communicate with an external users such as PSTN or GSM, you would need a public switch telephony network. So we will look at how a Microsoft plan can be used within our organization and the different type of connectivity that we might have for your desired need. Keep in mind though, everybody's situation could be complex. Some organization could be very simple, where they just simply add a users and have a ready-made, let's say, plan from Microsoft to establish their long-distance call. Where other companies, they may have a different requirement. For example, you may have a 4-digit dialing that you want to dial using your local gateway for users that might be located in different location. In that case, you would need to use some sort of direct dialing or your own SBCs in order to establish that. So we're going to look at different scenario slowly. We're going to start with a very simple, and then we're going to gradually move on to a more complex environment. Now, Microsoft does provide various combination of your of dialing, and you can get that information from Microsoft plan. There are different type of plan that you have. You have a phone system with a calling plan. You have a phone system with your where you get to use all the phone system functionality, but you get to use a third-party operator as your PSTN provider, such as, for example, Verizon, TNT, AT&T, or BSNL, etc., or Tata Communications. You can also have your own phone system and your own mobile carrier for PSTN, which is also very similar to connecting with a third party. They're known as operator connector. You could have a phone system with your own own PSTN, like your local gateway. So it is possible for some organization that they already have invested a lot of money on a local PSTN, and they want to continue to use that either for a longer period of time or for shorter period of time, doesn't matter. That would be called a direct routing. And then a combination solutions where you have some Microsoft calling, some operator, and then some are direct routing depending on what your environment needs. So first of all, let's take a look at what is a phone system. Now, most of you guys probably familiar with what phone system is. If you're working with Cisco, you have Cisco Call Manager. If you have Avaya, you have Avaya at your office. If you are coming from an old traditional telephone system, you probably have worked with some sort of PBX based system. Well, phone system is basically what basically is similar to that. It enables call control and PBX feature for an organization. But instead of using a physical Cisco phone or a via phone, you're going to use Microsoft Team for most cases. Phone system works with Microsoft Team client and certified devices. So there are some third-party devices that you can use with Microsoft phone system. Phone system that allows you to replace your existing PBX system with a set of features directly delivered from Microsoft Office. Now, the phone system that works with let's say, organization, it allows you to replace your existing most common features that you might already have that probably will be available in Microsoft Office 365. Microsoft 365. I keep saying Office. It's not Office. It's Microsoft 365. Calls between users in your organization. So regardless of the geographical location, calls that are between your employee can handle internally. So if you have a user in Toronto and a user logged in from India or Bangladesh, you can communicate with them for free of charge over the internet or internal network. Now these internal calls never goes to your PSTN, therefore you will not be charged for that. So even if I am calling someone from Toronto to an employee or colleague of mine in India, so therefore that call will be free of charge. Now, phone system comes with various features. You got users can use the Microsoft Teams to place a call, receive a call, transfer a call, mute or unmute a call, hold the call and unhold the call as well. Now, these are some of the most common features that users are used to. One of the things about deploying an IP telephony solution, regardless of what vendor that you choose, you want to keep the experience very similar to what the users are used to. Keep in mind, you and I are technical people, so we can easily maneuver through various options. But normal user who are working in admin department or a HR department, they may not know all the technical jargon of how to use various features. So we want to keep it as normal as possible, but if we do have to use a very complex one, then we have to have some sort of training mechanism part of our adaptation plan. Phone system users can use their mobile devices to receive a call as well, because you could download and install Microsoft Teams on your mobile system as well. Now, how do you set up this phone system for organization? There are various steps that you're going to have to go through. First of all, you need to get a license. You need to have a phone system license, and then you need to have a calling licenses. If you don't have those two, you will not be able to set up a direct calling or operator or some sort of feature that is relying on an external number. So a phone system user license, which is applied to user, an individual user, that gives you the ability to use the Microsoft Teams voice, but doesn't let you necessarily call outside your network. To be able to call outside your network, you would need some sort of PSTN connectivity. Now that could be something that is provided by Microsoft Calling Plan, but keep in mind Microsoft Calling Plan may not be available in every single country. Or some company that goes, I don't like the rate that is provided by Microsoft Calling Plan, therefore I'm going to get my own PSTN provider. This is where Microsoft provides something called the Operator Connect. Or you can set up your own Cisco routers or third-party routers or some sort of software known as Session Border Controller on your environment and communicate with your Microsoft Teams as well. Your next step is to get a phone number for users. Now you can either assign a new phone numbers or you can transfer an existing numbers, which I will show you how to do it for my organizations. And how many telephone numbers you can get will depend on, of course, your licenses. Now you get the phone numbers for services as well, not just for users. You can get the phone number for individual users, or you can get phone numbers for things like auto attendant, call queuing, toll-free numbers, anything that you need a number for your services. In addition to getting your numbers for your users, you can get a toll-free numbers as well. Toll-free numbers where you do customers who's calling that number don't usually get charged for it. A company like myself, I'll be paying on behalf of the client when they call me, obviously because I'm selling services. So therefore, I will take up that particular cost. Now, toll-free numbers are usually good for things like auto attendant or call queues. Most likely you wouldn't want to get a toll-free number for your end users, but there's nothing stopping you from doing that either. A service number can be handled 100 of calls simultaneously, whereas a user phone number can only handle few calls simultaneously. So when you select the type of service, whether it is an end user or queue, then there will be the differentiation will be the number of simultaneous calls that are allowed. It doesn't really make a sense for an end user like myself to have a phone number with 10,000 calls simultaneously coming in, because there's no way I'm going to be able to handle that many calls. But where a service number, meaning that toll-free number or a local number applied to auto attendant, well, you want to handle hundreds of calls on that. You can obtain a service number from Microsoft that is included in your license. If you have PSTN connectivity with your service provider or Operator Connect or Direct Connect, then you can use service provider numbers provided by those carriers as well. but you will have to configure them properly in order for the number to be coming to the Microsoft Team environment. If you want to set up a call queue can include greetings like a welcome to voice bootcamp, press this for something. If agents are busy, please stay online. You can set up a call queue in Microsoft as well, very similar to contact center solutions, but not as advanced as the UCCX or UCC platform. Call queue include greeting that are used when someone calls that number for your organization. The ability to automatically put that call on hold when you're trying to search an available agent obviously gives you an add-on services that you can make sure that your users don't disconnect the call when they call, or your customers don't disconnect the call because someone happens to be busy. So what you want to do is set up a call queue, assign a toll-free numbers, and what I will do, I will assign a toll-free number for voice bootcamp, either an existing one that I have, or I'm going to obtain a new one and then transfer the call into the queue. Why? Because I do provide training, self-study kit, and lab access. So when a customer calls in, I want them to press 1 for sales, 2 for support, 3 for whatever other services that I want. And then if nobody answers the call, I want them to hold the call until it finds some agent. Now, is it possible that agent is not available, or I might not be even logged in? So therefore, I want the calls to wait in a queue for a certain period of time before it goes to voicemail. So that is one option. You can also set up an auto attendant, which is basically when you dial a number, goes to a receptionist and digital receptionist, and then the user will press a menu to go to a particular department. If nobody is available in that department, the call can be directed to a call queue that was created before. You can set up communication credit for a toll-free number. Now, when you set up a toll-free number, of course, you are going to be charged for it, right, as a customer. So you can buy like a certain billable minutes in advance. So when someone calls that toll-free number, you pay. You don't have to pay per minute. You just basically use that particular bulk, basically have a balance in your account. All right, so let's take a look at how we can set up this phone system. First thing, we're going to log into Microsoft 365. And then I'll go to my 9 dot at the top and click on admin sections. So first thing, we're going to verify that A, we have a license for phone system, and B, we have a license for calling. So to do that, you go to the billing section. Now, of course, you have to have access to that billing area. And then there you go to purchase services. Now, I already purchased it for my account, but I'm going to show it to you how it is done on yours. Now, here you'll see all the services that you can buy from Microsoft. So what I'm going to do is click on add-on. And there you'll find a couple of add-on options that you have within your region. Now, not all region will have all the add-ons. Keep that in mind. So what I'll do, I'll click on add-on products, see all add-on products. And there you'll have something like right here, Microsoft Team domestic calling plan for US and Canada. You have external operator mobile connect. And most of this stuff are available for you to try out for free of charge, which is a very good thing. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for something called the phone system. Okay, so here you can see something called Microsoft Team Standard Trial, phone Standard Trial. So it gives you up to 60, I believe 30 days trial where you can assign and use that as a license. On top of that, I also have a calling license as well. So let's see where it is. Oh, I believe this is the package that I have. This package, but there is a trial version of that. Microsoft Team domestic calling plan for US and Canada. Now I have, this is an $8 per user license. However, I believe I have a free account or trial account for that as well. Okay, so right now I can't see it in the list. Most likely I'm either blind right now at this moment, but it is there. So you will select this option And I will show you once you select these options and click on details, and you can you can say buy, add subscription to it. You can either pay monthly basis or you can pay yearly basis depending on your region. And what I will get is domestic calling. It will give me unlimited calling from the location where my billing account is, and therefore I can also call out unlimited. Yeah, it is unlimited calling within Canada and US. And if I go to my your product, you'll see that I have purchased all these licenses that I have from my account. Okay, so there you go. I have my standard phone right there, and I got the domestic, and both of them are trial. As you can see, if you highlight that, you'll see there's a little trial option comes in. I got about 25 users to try out. Pretty much good enough for me. Okay, and I believe this gives you 30 days trial, which you can use. And after 30 days, you may have to either purchase it or find out other alternative options. Now, once you have the license, you need to assign it to the users. So you go to the users, active users, and I'm going to select my account, FCON, and I'm going to assign myself with those licenses as well. So you go to license and you select these options right here. You select these two licenses that you just acquired. All right, so now my account has the appropriate license. I have all my results to go. What I'll do in order to access my Microsoft team, I'll set up two numbers to start with. I'll go to admin centers team, and I'm going to assign myself a local number, and I'm going to assign a toll-free number to Voice Bootcamp. Later in the course, I'll show you how to migrate existing number into the Voice Bootcamp. I have to find out if my current phone number, the toll-free that I have, is portable or not. I tried that with WebEx calling. They didn't allow it. Talk about Cisco, huh? All right, so you go to Cisco Voice, and there you'll see phone numbers. So first thing I want to do is get a phone number. So the phone numbers that you're going to get, you're going to specify add new. And you're going to specify whether this is a users or end user or something else. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say Faisal's phone number. Okay, you can say Faisal's personal number. So because I'm a one-man show, I'm the only one who makes most of the calls. So therefore I need a number so that I can call out, and I can specify the location. So my company is registered in the United States, and I'm going to choose United States, and I have a choice. Do I want a subscriber, call, toll-free, call queue, attendant, all the stuff. You notice that when it comes to subscriber, it doesn't give you an option to toll. Okay, so that's something you want to keep in mind. There's a toll and there's a toll-free. So you can get a toll where you will be charged for it, and then you got a toll-free, meaning that it will not be a customer will not be charged for it. So I'm going to choose a user for now, and it's telling me that okay, it's a user base. It's going to be Microsoft going to be the provider for my telephone number, or I can get the telephone number from any of these. If I am in someone in India, for example, I could choose Tata Communications or any other options that are available to you. How many quantity? Myself, I just need one for now. I still have 37. Not sure where that number comes from, but I still have 37. And it's going to say, okay, location. So let's see. Okay, so I don't have any location applied. I can click on the add location. So I'm going to choose United States. I'll choose two number, one United States, one Canada. Okay, there we go. USA, 1810 East Sahara Avenue, Suite 347, Las Vegas. And it's going to give you the address if you are in that region. So not only that, it also give you the map as well. So optional, it says ELIN. Now ELIN is used for emergency numbers. If you have your own ELIN number, you can specify that. But I will just simply say, yes, I acknowledge the emergency disclaimer. I will talk about the emergency numbering plan later in the course. You can always use your own main phone number for your ELIN. The problem with that is that because you are a mobile, you could be one city today, I could be in India tomorrow, and if I can still make a local call using my Microsoft team, and if I call a 911 while I'm in India, the ELIN will be incorrect from the 911 perspective of that call. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. If your users are static and they don't move a lot, then you may want to put your EIN information. Okay, so it says Las Vegas office. So I'm going to select Las Vegas office for now. There we go. Voice bootcamp. Uh, it says record. Well, okay, I'm going to try again. I have to find out if my account is in Canada or it is in US. Building account. Yeah, it should be in Las Vegas. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to a location and find out what's going on there. It is allowing me to search by the area code. So let's try the 70 area code. 702, which is Las Vegas area code. So it does allow me to select that. Um, it's not allowing me to use the name. It could be geolocation issues because I'm currently in Canada and I'm selecting a location that is pointed to map. That could be it. Not sure. We'll figure it out. But I did search a number based on my area code 1702 and it's going to give me this phone number. Looks pretty nice. The number is pretty 550-7734. Pretty good numbers to start with. So I'm going to go ahead and place an order. It even gives me a time that I have to place an order because somebody else could be taking that number as well. All right, so number has been placed. So I have a phone number for myself. Next step is I'm going to add a phone number for a toll-free number. So let's say voice bootcamp auto attendant or digital receptionist. Okay, so here you can say what is the purpose, voice bootcamp main telephone number. Now, sometimes you want to get a temporary number because you want to migrate your existing number into it. Right now, my existing number is with a third party and I want to move into it, but it's not something that happens overnight. So it says location, I'm going to say United States. Is going to be auto attendant, the purpose of that. And I would like to get a toll-free number because I don't want my customers to get the charge. So it's telling me that, oh, I don't have a toll-free number option. But let's try auto attendant toll. I do have that option. So what you need to get that toll-free number? Again, going back to your license. So if I go back to my services, okay, so to use a toll-free number, it seems like you need something called communication credit. So I'm going to go ahead and again, there's a free option available. I'm going to go ahead and select this option. How many quantity license free? Well, you can get a lot. So let's try 10. Not that much. 10 is good enough. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go back and try because I'm not going to take a chance with that number. Communication credit. Either one or 10,000. That's weird number, huh? It's free for the first 9. Okay, let's try one. Just gonna try one for now. Okay, bye. Let's try one. All right, so it's gonna ask you for update your profile. Everything looks good. I think it's gonna give me $20 fund. All right, so this is a problem that I have with um, my billing issues. Sold to such and such. Yeah, it doesn't matter how I change how I spell the Las Vegas. It's been a long-term problem. So I'm going to log out and log back in with a different account that where it doesn't cause this problem. So I logged in with a different account. I'm going to try again purchasing the license because I know I had a problem with my account updating the city's code. All right, so there is a credit. Choose that. Yeah, it doesn't like more than one, so I'm going to stick to default. Buy. And let's see if it's some sort of bugs under my account. Okay, yes, no problem. It asked me to set up. All right, I'm gonna go and put my credit card information. I'm gonna pause the video and then I'm gonna come back. Just trying to save it. I did enter my credit card information, so let's see what happens. All right, I am ready to place the order. All set. Okay, so now I will go back to my admin. So let's see if I have to apply any more licenses. No, all good. So let's log into our team and let's try toll-free number. Because a toll-free, when a customer calls, I'm going to be billed. And because Microsoft is going to give me $20 worth of credit, it will deduct the money from that. Remember, we're in a trial period at this moment. Okay, so I'm going to go to phone numbers. We already have a phone number for Faisal. I'm going to add a second one. I'm going to call this voice bootcamp receptionist main number, switchboard, whatever you want to call it. And this is going to be for United States. And this is going to be Autoton toll free. So it does give me 10 remaining. Okay, so that's I'm going to start with 1 and the area code. So I like 877 or 866. Those are my two favorite. Old one was 800. Totally up to you which one you want to use. All right, so description, VB voice bootcamp main telephone number. Next. Okay, so it did give me a toll-free number ready to go, and I have now placed the order. So like that, if I want to use my existing number, I will have to find a way to bring it into my Microsoft team. There's a procedure that I have to follow, which I will cover in another video. So as you can see right now, I got my 2 telephone numbers assigned to it. And at this moment, is there anything going to happen if I call this number? Let's try it. So if I dial a number,
we're sorry, the number you have dialed is not.
So number is saying it's not provisioned. So what I need to do is I need to go back to my manage users, select the user account. I need to assign the number to that user. So there under account, you see general information. You click on edit and you got the calling plan number type. Or right now I'm using the Microsoft calling plan. If I had an operator, I will see that operator name there. And I'm going to choose the phone number that is associated with me. Emergency location. So right now, don't have any emergency location set. You must assign emergency location number to this. I have to set up an emergency location. So I'm going to go and do that first. And I'm going to choose All right, so that phone number is actually belong to Voice Bootcamp main telephone number, live one. So I just chose that one for now. I will, obviously it's not something that you want to do in a real world production, so keep that in mind because that will give a false indications. I just chose that for right now just to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my phone number, Las Vegas. Okay, apply. Okay. Number assignment is taking longer than expected. You can safely close the panel and it's just going to tell me that I have to wait. I can close the panel. As you can see, the number has been assigned. So I just have to probably wait for a few minutes for the number to work. So I have to wait for the number to be provisioned. It might take anywhere between 1 minute to maybe an hour. So once it's done, I'll come back and show you the remaining of this particular lab. All right, so it took a little while for the call to come in. So I'm going to go ahead and dial again. This is my Canadian number. Okay, so you can see the call is coming in. I'm going to go ahead and answer it. Testing. Yeah. So our outbound call is working. I will show you how to make the inbound call in a subsequent video in terms of what needs to be done. Until then, I will see you in the next video.